G'day. Hi. I'm going to show you how to set up some snare wires on a Dunnett R4 on this drum, this Babinga drum. I thought it might be a useful little video for you guys, just to show you how to set up the R4 throw-off. So here's the R4, or the Dunnett R4. Here it is there. Can you see it? It's upside down. And here's some 42 strand ticky wires that I'm going to put on this drum. And so I'm just going to show you how to set it up. So often, a lot of guys will have it so they don't. Well, I'll tell you what I do, or else I'm just going to start humming and hawing. First of all, I set up the wires from this butt end, and this R4 you can pull these off for ease of use for setting up the wires. So. And then I loosen this off. So this is the butt end. That's the ear vent. I'm probably telling most of you guys that who already know that, but you never know. Someone might not know that, and that's the sort of message I'm trying to get across to you guys. That it doesn't really matter if you do know or not know, but I'm trying to help you. That's why I do those courses. But anyway, here's the butt end, and that's a pretty gnarly little thing that Ron Dunnett invented. This is the Gibraltar R4, but it's designed by Ron Dunnett from Dunnett Drums, Dunnett Classic Drums. And I've been using these for some time, but I get a lot of students asking me, how do you set them up? So that's what this little video is for. Sorry if you can't see my face in the video. But here, I start off with the butt end. So from this point of the drum, see down here, so on the snare wires I've got this sort of this collar here. I'm going to use strap, and this is just stuff that you can get from the haberdashery. They've got loads of the stuff. It's called something. What's it called? Well, the brand Spiral, and it's the code's Art350. And I just buy it in a big roll. It's 30p a metre, but I just tend to buy one of these big rolls and it lasts me a little while. There's 25 metres on here. But yeah, it's worth getting hold of. So I take the strap through the wires, tuck it down here, and here on the butt end, I go through this this gap that's on this removable piece on the throw, and this section's a little bit fiddly, but once you've got it down, you're away. They don't slip or slide. They are pretty cool. Okay, and then you imagine that this part here loops back through in here. That's lots of me going. Oh, it loops through here, goes through there, but you get the idea. You can see the picture there. Loops back there. Yeah. And sure, I've got loads of excess, but I can just trim that off and burn it off. And in here, I want to make sure that everything, if I just pick up the camera, that everything in here is square. Like, I don't want it pinching or pulling to the right or on an angle. I want to make sure everything is really square. And with this material, you can see the little lines on it. Oh, I don't know if you can see it here on the camera. See those little lines? But they indicate to you how square everything is. So that's quite handy. Not that it's designed for throw-offs, but or snare wire setup. But yeah, so you can see that tab there. And that's nice and clean there. Cool. Put that camera back there. Okay, and you can see here, if I bring this up again, can you see the wires? And if I imagine that if I was to put tension on those wires, that I want the snare wires to be in the middle of the drum when it's all set up. So I'll make sure that I block it off from here. And at that section there, so if I put tension there, a bit of tension there, I've got a nice bit of play there. probably got about 2 or 3 mil to play in that, and that gives me enough tension on the snare wires. So then I'll lock that off from this point. It's all nice and square. Now here this block comes off again, so that's designed for you to be able to handle this bracket easily and efficiently without getting all caught up into this part. I mean, we do have to go back there again, but and these have got long bolts in. I don't quite understand why it's got such long bolts. Maybe it's to do with having leverage to go around the ribbon again. Ron actually in the Chicago drum show I spent some time with showed me this material. That was really useful. In fact, he gave me some and said, check it out. And I thought, oh well, it's probably going to be really expensive, but it was actually dirt cheap. So just move the camera there a little bit. Okay, cool. Now on the throw-off here, I'm going to put a little bit of length into it. See how, as I'm winding that, I'm putting length into the throw-off. Now that's allowing me, when I turn the drum back over again, to have quite a lot of adjustment in it. I get so many drums that come through where drummers go, oh, my drum's buggered, it's not really working out, and then I go, okay, well let's check out the length of how much play you've got and the tension of the throw-off. And oh yeah, of course, and I of course put that around the wrong way. And often it's to do with how they haven't got enough length in here, and as they tighten it, it's just stopping. So they haven't got any play. So the more you do this, the more you change your snare wires and get used to practicing this, the more you're used to making those fine adjustments. And most of you guys have got little ways of doing it. And you've all got a characterful throw-off, whether or not it's just a cheapo P85, a trick, or just a generic one. We use some really good generic ones too on the courses that I do. So I've got some nice play in there. You can see that as I wind that. I've got some play. Yeah. But it's a bit like watching paint dry when you're tightening up things. So yeah, I'm just trying to do some videos for you guys just to show you how I approach certain things. And so at this point, I'm imagining the drums upside down, which funnily enough it is, but I want to put a little bit more length into here. And I do that by opening this up and pulling that through. Making sure everything's kind of square. Making sure my tabs are cool. But I've disengaged this. Now, as I put tension on it, it's just going to pull through square. And this, what's nice is this floats. So if it's not quite square on here, this will find a center point. And then I'll just tighten these up. So you can see here, see how it loops back around here and then through that tab. So if we were to look at it the correct way, you can see here that the tab here is designed to go down. Now I've got too much length in that, and this could fail and then this could pop off, but setting it up there, at least you can hear the wires engage just as I tighten that up. And as I bring that up, the wires are starting to pull into the drum. Okay, cool. And if I just tap the drum, I just want them to interact with the drum just as I tap it. I don't want that honky sound as it's starting to get there. As soon as I tap it, I want the wires to be engaging. Cool. I hope that's helpful. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. But anyway, it's my little take on how to set up some snare wires. See ya.